Welcome to DFS Karma, where we talk about our favorite fantasy sports plays for football, basketball, baseball, and pretty much everything else. Be sure to check out and create an account with all of our partners, such as MonkeyKnifeFight.online, PrizePicks.online, and StatHero.online. Use the promo code KARMA on any of these sites to get an exclusive deposit bonus. And don't forget to check out all of our free fantasy content on DFSKarma.com, as well as our own premium plays. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Please welcome today's hosts.
Hello, Karma Nation. Thanks for joining us once again on the Teen It Up podcast. I'm your host, AC. I got my co-captain here, Sam Sherman. We are talking everything tonight on the Honda Classic. We'll quickly review last week's WGC thrilling finish. There was a lot of moving parts last weekend. And then we'll kind of get into DFS and betting as usual. So you can find all of our content at dfskarma.com as well as betkarma.com. And then we're running a promo courtesy of our sponsor, DraftKings, at dfskarma.com. If you go to the site, just click the banner up top. It's a 20 for 20 promo. Literally, it's free money, people. Again, you deposit $20, you get $20. Click the banner. It's on the website. And as always, you can find all of our content on both sites. With that being said, Sam, let's talk about last week. As usual, how was your DFS week? We'll talk about how was your betting week, and then give me your quick thoughts. I believe you were watching some golf on the weekend as well. I was traveling. I got home Saturday. Thrilling finish Sunday. So where's your head at? How was last week?
Yeah, I just mainly thought it was hilarious that Reed ended up coming first with Bryson coming second. Everyone hates them, so I thought it was absolutely the biggest troll move. I was a little tilted. I had Bryson outright, and then I live bet Josh Teeter in the Puerto Rico Open, who also came second. So that was a little frustrating. However, the huge news after 3 or 4 weeks in a row, Carlos Ortiz, top 20, comes through. Never a doubt after his 76 or something on Thursday. But yeah, I broke even on DFS, I'd say. I didn't play cash. I told Discord people, and I mentioned in my article, I just don't play cash and no cut events. There's just not really an edge to me, and there's too much variance. But yeah, I played Patrick Reed. I thought that was a good fit. I know one ever likes to play him because I hate his guts, but I just had the wrong pieces. I know you had Rom, but that Rom coming up on Saturday was so frustrating. That took so many of my teams way down when he just stormed up the leaderboard.
Yeah, it was an amazing 61. Dude was on fire.
Yeah,
actually should have had a 60. But
yeah.
Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I know you had that Bryson ticket. That was probably very tilting for you. I had a couple tilting things. Just like you, we talked about Discord, FYI. If you don't know what that is, that's a product we offer on the website, where Sam and I are basically live updating, all obviously pre-tourney, but we like to live tilt in there as well during the tourney with all of the community of Karma Nation. It's kind of fun. I enjoy going in there and trolling people. The one takeaway I really had was, and we've talked about this actually in the Bet Karma Discord, was I was so close to having probably my potentially biggest win ever, just on a sheer dollar for dollar, bang for your buck perspective of getting a live hedge. I saw Rom, I updated our Discord chat on Friday night, early Saturday morning, and I had a couple little horses in the race with some of my bets. Didn't pan out as expected, but I got Rom at 150 to 1 for $25, right? Big deal. The way I look at it is, who cares? You're going to burn $20, obviously you need to know what your account is. So it's less than a quarter of a unit for me. And that's the way that you should look at some of these things on the weekends. It's just the price, especially in a tournament where these guys are going to go low, right? And he caught fire and he almost took it down. I will never, and this, Sam, there will never be another 151 payout on a weekend live hedge like that. This just doesn't happen. So I almost,
that was too close. Yeah.
I almost had the unthinkable. But ultimately, I had a feeling as the day was going on, I'm like, dude, this guy is out of gas. So it was fun. About Patrick Reed, I'll talk about him real quick. So, we're not big time anybody in the media grid, at least just yet. But the one thing that you and I both talk about from the beginning of the season when we started the podcast, play Patrick Reed in DFS and get your bets on him this season, right? Because at the end of the day, we've expressed this before. The dude's a winner, and people hate him. So take advantage of it, not only in the betting market, but especially in DFS. I did not really have much DFS lineups out there this week. I had like 6 to 7 GPPs, and I didn't really have much volume at all. I just don't like the no-cut events, kind of like you alluded to. So I had some Patrick Reed, but ultimately, I don't even think I really brought home any profit this weekend. So it kind of sucked. I was just not really paying attention too much there. But yeah, good finish, man. And a lot of guys in the race. Really surprised to see JT falter. I thought it was his, honestly, going into Sunday. And then I thought Bryson had it, like on hole 15 and 16 when he sunk those putts. And just you never know, man. That's why checking those.
Dude, my last thing, and this is like probably a bad take, I brought up in my article, kind of briefing my recap. Is Rory just not that good of a putter? Like, is that just what it is?
I mean, I've read some articles that he's been changing his grip. I don't know. It's probably in his head, man. I mean,
putter his grip. I don't know. I mean, just like, dude, this is like not like you can lock him in for like a top 10 to top 5 like every week, and that's obviously good value in the DFS market. But like, dude, he just like cannot like just put together 4 days of putting. It's just insane to me.
I'm trying to stay true to my word, and we'll see if I pivot off my gut. But I won that big satellite ticket for the Masters, which I'm pumped about. And I keep telling myself, just play Rory no matter what. I'm trying to tell myself weeks in advance, play Rory no matter what. Just like you said, he's going to get a top 5. Like, who cares? Move on. Fill out the rest of your lineup, right? And he ultimately should win sometime soon. All right, let's get into it this week. I'm definitely going to hand the mic right back to you in a second. This is, if you're new to the podcast, or golf is so amazing. I mean, we've kind of like pulled let's call them the DFS degens in different sports over to the golf world. And like, I know we have different listeners who've never played before. So now we're heading to the Florida swing. You'll hear all the talk in the world about the greens changing on the greens from POA to Bermuda. But at the end of the day, these are just harder courses, in my opinion. Obviously, just look at the score. Sam can talk about that as well. Talk about the bear trap. Also, is there even a name for the holes? What is it, 5 through 7? I feel like they're just as hard as well. But
yeah, dude.
This cut is going to be very dicey, again. So if you've not played DFS in the Florida swings before, especially here at the Honda Classic, you are looking at some very, very potential high scores going into the cut. So, 8 under, 10 under could be the winner here this week. So that's all I got. Now, what do you want to add or subtract to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different mind. I mean, it's kind of like how I was trying to think of like a comparison different, like one another DFS sport, but it just like, I don't have a good one, but it's just mainly, you obviously want guys who can make birdies and like, score DraftKings points, of course, but like, this is not the type of tournament where he's not playing, but someone's going to go out and shoot a 62. That's just not even possible. Like, that's just not a thing, and it's not going to happen. So it's just a different mindset where you want guys who, and it sounds dumb, but like grind out pars as opposed to, there's not going to be a lot of birdie streaks. There's not going to be a lot of situation where guys are lighting up the course. So you just want guys who can scramble and make pars. But yeah, dude, I mean, you got to be in the right mindset. I mean, this cut's going to be over par, and if there's wind and this rough is up, like, you get absolutely wrecked. Like, and the most tilting part is, I mean, I'm not sure how early you wake up, but I mean, their tee off at 6:45 a.m. Eastern. Like, if I wake up at 7:30, there's a good chance my lineup is just dead because these guys have already gone like 6 over on their first 9. So it's a tilting one, but it's fun. I mean, you're never really safe until your guys are literally done because of that bear trap. It's just absolutely insane. But
speaking of that, quick shout out to DraftKings for lowering, cash games the last year and a half, right? Because they're saving me money. I feel like in tournaments like this, I mean, I used to be a heavy cash game player. I mean, I probably still am relative to the field, but at the end of the day, there's just not as much cash game offerings out there. I personally don't play as many head-to-heads anymore. It's just something I've kind of gotten away from. I still dabble at times when I'm super bored and just kind of test the market, but I really love just the single entry 50-50s and such. I just think it's the best bang for your buck, and really that's what everybody should be playing out there. So again, let's get into it. We are now live at the Honda. We're talking DraftKings pricing. Obviously, they are our premier sponsor for the podcast. So we'll start up with the 5K pricing, guys, above Woodland up to Fleetwood. I'll let you start.
All right, dude. I'm torn on this. So, okay, these guys, they're all good players. Like, that's fine. Like, everyone knows that. Tommy Fleetwood, I do not like. I think a lot of the industry, I do not understand the price. I don't understand how he's a betting favorite. I get he's good. Like, there's no denying that he is not. He is a winner, but not on the PGA Tour. He's never won the PGA Tour. I think this price is bad, and that at this price he has to literally come top 3 or basically win. And I just don't think that's what's going to happen. He's obviously an elite talent. I'm not saying he can't win, but what I'm wondering is, and I want your thoughts on it. I mean, Fleetwood is such a popular DFS player. Like, people just like to play him. Like, every major, I get the Masters, he's going to be like 9,800 and be like the cash chalk. That's just what's going to happen. And I think I'm wondering if he's gonna be chalk, or I was gonna say the same thing that I am, where he's too expensive. I'm not playing him, and he's gonna end up being like 15% owned, because that'll change my sentiment.
No, these guys, all four of these guys are gonna be like 25% owned.
Yeah,
I think Brooks is gonna be a little bit deflated, but
yep. And I don't know. Brooks like said the other day, he's like, my knee is not right, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's hilarious, that you said that, but. For me, dude, like I'm probably fading the top 2. I like Ricky. I think since he's not his best stuff, he's always popular. He's not going to be, under-owned. But I like Ricky. And then Woodland, he ranks number 1 for me. He's going to be chalk. He's likely to be a chalk bomb, where I could see him just going 5 over in his first 9 and gassing it. But I'll still play him. I don't know if I'll play him in cash, but I think with the amount of guys I like in the 7K range, I know we always say to start cash games low. I actually would play Ricky or Woodland in cash because I like so many low 7K guys.
Yeah, it's again, I kind of agree with you. I mean, normally I would disagree with you there, but it is kind of a weird week where I was toying around with a couple lineups, and right now I personally am fading the guys up top for my quote unquote cash games, even though I'm not, playing as much volume as I did in the past. I mean, dude, I totally agree though. You can make a good lineup starting up there. However, kind of like you hinted, I mean, we've been playing PGA DFS for a long time now. I can assure you, even though Woodland ranks first in my model, just like yours, he's going to be industry chalk, just like all these guys, Ricky, whatever. I mean, you can kind of throw stats out the window, in my opinion, this week. Everybody's going from POA to, the Bermuda. It's just a different vibe, kind of relying on some historical stats as well. But Woodland in specific, I mean, my God, how many times has this guy been like kind of like a, chalky setup, and then the dude just kind of, like you said, chalk bomb. So
it's like asking for it, dude.
We've seen so many of these movies before. I mean, dude, hell, even Fowler, man. I agree with you, Koepka. In my opinion, like, there's no point in touching him. Maybe that's a bad take, and he just wins because it is Koepka. I mean, I'm not going to talk shit about Koepka anymore. The dude's won 3 majors. I mean,
no, I'm done.
However, I'm not playing him.
I'm not either. But if I say one bad thing about him, he's going to win. So I don't even dare. He's really good at it.
I'll have some Tommy exposure only because, yes, I'm a sucker for him. And I think people last second might be like, well, he's 11-6, like he might be a little bit depressed. But those are the guys up top. In my opinion, they're all going to be like 20% owned. So,
And that's the thing. It's like, I think with this range, kind of like any tournament 10K, we don't talk about it enough, but it's like none of these guys are bad plays in a vacuum. Like, I just am not playing Fleetwood because I just think that's kind of an egregious price. But like, that doesn't make him a bad player or a bad play. I'm not going there. I like other guys more.
Let's move on. Now it gets interesting because the guys up top are just so evenly dispersed around the field. That's why I think it makes a very appetizing play is just fade the guys up top, even in your cash game build, because there are going to be bombs. So let's go from Rose down to Ian Poulter, 8,500. So we're in this range. I think me starting with you, I'll let you take the lead again. Some people in Discord say I've talked too much over the years. So go ahead. You can lead us off again.
There's a lot of guys in this range. I'm going to say guys I like a lot. Sung J M going to be popular. I play him every week. He's such a stud. I think he's played here before. Benny On, I will say I will almost certainly play Benny On in cash and fade in tournaments. He's going to be probably the highest on the slate, I assume. I get it. He's such a good ball striker. Everyone knows about it. He's putting. Bermuda's like his least shittiest, if that makes any sense. That's fine. I'll probably play him in cash when I get burned, but whatever. And then I love both Shane Lowry and Ian Poulter. I bet them both. I did release that in Bet Karma yesterday, but I'm playing both of them. I think Shane Lowry is the kind of guy, I wrote in my article, grinds out pars. He's not going to light up the course for -20, but he doesn't need to. And Poulter's the same way. I mean, I like both of them. And, I think more than that, I just like that, Billy Horschel might be 20+%. That is ridiculous. I am not playing Billy Horschel.
This week is setting up to be so funny. Well, first of all, I think you have to play him in cash. I mean, I think it's bad to fade him in cash. He's so highly owned.
I just can't play a chalk Billy Horschel. I also, at the same sentiment, I like this guy a lot. I'm not playing a chalky Daniel Berger either.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one. He's fared well, actually, recently. He ranks pretty high in most people's models.
He has 2 straight top 10s. If you look back, he's not had 2 straight top 10s since like 2016. So what? We just assume now these 800, he's just going to rack up another top 10. I don't know what.
Yeah, Berger, ironically, I mean, I was shocked to see him come in second in my model. He ranks top 10.
He's second in mine, too. He's second in
striking, opportunities gained, strokes gained, tee to green. So he's having a little resurgence. And I don't even remember what the Mendoza line was, but he was playing for something last tournament. And I don't know if it has something to do for some FedEx Cup points to get somewhere, but anyways, keep your eye on him. He's going to be chalky. This week is so funny because Billy Horschel, like you said, Ben on, we'll include Daniel Berger, Gary Woodland. Like these guys are all utter chalk, and these guys are the most historic, dudes that crash your lineup. So it's going to be so funny to watch once it does. I think this week is unbelievable to make tournament rosters. Like you do need to look at projected ownership stuff. We can talk in Discord as well. So here's a couple of my thoughts. Number one, I'm going to play some Victor Hovland. I think everyone's going to overlook him. He won. The thing we've talked about before, like, oh, he's tired. He won. I get it. But dude, he's a young kid, man. Like, he bounced back real quick. I mean, the dude is, in my opinion, he's got that Rory type game in him. He's 9,500 in this field. Like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at 5% owned. I mean, come on. Like, so again, there's ways to make a very interesting lineup around all these other chalk guys. I totally agree with you. Shane Lowry, I think it's going to be a little bit under-owned even than you think. Whatever projection you're looking at, call it 10%. I bet you he comes in less than that by, all said and done.
People don't like Shane Lowry, and he won't pop on a model because he doesn't play on the PGA Tour all the time. That's the main thing.
Here's another one. This is for teams watch the games, or watch the film, right? No one's going to play Eric Van Rooyen this week, just because he did so well last week, so he's tired again. I'm looking at 5% for him. I mean, come on, like
I agree.
It's not hard to build a winning GPP roster construction. This week is Rossi boy, Joaquin Neiman, right? I mean, 5% owned. JT Poston, 5% owned. I mean, JT Poston's a guy that I've played a lot in the past. I feel like I haven't really reaped the rewards, but man, I mean, I'm looking at JT Poston is not that much worse than Ben An, and you're looking at a 20% swing in ownership. It's just so easy. Here's the last one in this range. My guy, your guy, 5%, Corey Connors. He is Ben An. He's the same fucking person.
I can't go back to Corey Connors. I can't do it. I'm fading him, and I hope he wins. That'd be great. I hope he wins. I'm not playing Corey.
You know he's gonna bank a top 5 soon. He's too good.
The problem is if I play him, he's gonna go in the water twice on 17. If I don't play him, he's gonna hit every green and make every putt. And I can't do that anymore.
His short game is what kills him. But dude, he's number 1 right now in my last 12 rounds. He's number 1 in green and regulation. He's 5th in fairways gained. That's something I'm really looking
past 5,000 rounds. He'll be number 1 in greens and regulation there too. Dude, that's my only problem is I agree with everything you said about Hovland. My only problem with Hovland, he even said it, his short game sucks so bad. He's like, he literally said after turning, he goes, I suck at chipping. And everyone's like, yeah, no, we know. We know well, because he's horrible. He should not have won that tournament last week. And I'm a little tilted because I had a $101 ticket on Teeter, but he literally chipped in and hit the flag. I was watching this tournament, sad enough as it is. He was screaming over the green, hits the pin and drops. And I was like, my God.
Corey Connors lost 6 strokes of putting last week. He's not that bad. Yes, he's bad, but he's not going to lose 6 strokes. The weird thing about him is, I mean, you could probably say this.
Danny On's first round putting.
Oh, yeah. It's just historic.
Minus 6.8 or something.
Somehow Corey Connors did it for the whole freaking 4 rounds. But, Anyways,
Oh,
I really like Corey Connors. I mean, I'm not going to stop playing Corey Connors because he's going to pop. He's going to knock putts in one of these weeks. Dude, he's more accurate than people think, too. Like, yes, his short game sucks, but if he's hitting every green in regulation, he's hitting fairways. I mean, my God, just freaking knock some putts in. And this is the type of course that I'm not even really worried about that. Putting's neutralized on this course. So, all right.
No, I agree putting's neutral, but he can't play out of the. I mean, I don't know. Why is Charles Schwartzel 8,100? I'm just gonna say.
I don't even look Charles Schwartzel. Like, I don't even consider him like a golfer in this field.
No one does. Like, I will say that was my first bet I ever won, so I always have some allegiance toward Charles Schwartzel when he won at the Masters. But yeah, I don't know why.
We've wasted way too much time on Charles Schwartzel, and now FanShare Sports is going to pick up our talk, on their AI intelligence. Here's my analogy with him. Well, it's not even a good analogy because Spieth has won a shit ton of tournaments. This is like the tragedy of what Spieth will be. Like in a couple of years, we'll be like, why is this bum still in this field? Okay, anyways, let's move on. So, what are your thoughts? 7K range gets real interesting. I know we didn't talk about guys like Charles Howell, blah blah blah. But anyways, if there's anyone else who missed Rio, I mean, those are the type of guys you want in this course. Like Charles Howell, Emiliano Grillo, we all make fun of them all the time, but no one's gonna play this.
Howell WD, and so did Kokrak, by the way.
Oh, so Howell's out.
I'm so upset. I was gonna play Kokrak, have him lose all my money, and now I can't even do that.
Yeah, I'm tired of playing Kokrak. My God. All right, talk to me about this upper 7K range because I envision some chalk coming out of here.
Yeah, I will not be playing Grillo. I'm done playing Grillo. But Harris English, I love this week, dude. I got on him randomly doing some research yesterday. I bet him. He ranks my model number 1 in bogey avoidance, number 3 in greens, number 14 strokes gained putting on Bermuda, and number 12 in scrambling. That's perfect for me. He's still a good ball striker. Yeah, he doesn't make a ton of birdies, but I don't really care because you don't need to make a ton of birdies here. I think that's great. I think he'll get some traction, which sucks, but I'll probably play him. I'm playing Russell Knox. He will miss the cut, but I am playing Russell Knox. I love him this week. I think dude, he low-key hits the ball farther. He upped his swing speed. So he hits the ball not like a complete pussy anymore. He hits it pretty well. And then my man Vaughn Taylor. I mean, I can't not play Vaughn Taylor. He might be the best player.
Vaughn Taylor.
Yeah, dude. Those are
Vaughn Taylor somehow scores DraftKings points. Like, I don't know how the guy does it.
You know why it is? He's so good on par 3s. I swear to God, every time I look at Shot Tracker, he's made a birdie on a par 3. I don't know what it is. He crushes.
You know what it is? At the end of the day, it's like you're golfing out there. You're an amateur. I'm an amateur. If you hit the ball straight, you're gonna be live no matter what. Like that's what the dude does. He just hits it straight.
Yeah.
Especially a course like this, right? I mean, let the other guys make the mistakes, kind of like your Harris English play. I don't think I can get behind English. This is a me thing. I've tried going down that route in the past. I mean, a long time ago, years ago. I just don't like Harris English, but I get it. I get the bogey avoidance thing. Man, no one's gonna play Matthew Wolff. It's really interesting just looking at him just from a.
Dude. He's shorty blows too.
Right. Yeah. But again, I'm just thinking. I try to think so much as far as ceiling and upside. Like a lot of times, I'm not even thinking safety at this point. So there's definitely some other names there. I mean, who else are we looking at in that range? I mean, Harold Varno's been super hot. He had a couple of good rounds. He'll be 5% owned. That's a nice little pivot there.
I'm playing Maverick McNeely. I like that young kid. He's good. Like real good.
Yeah, he looks pretty good in some of the stat projections as well.
He's a good
I was looking at him.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have the best irons, but he's a good around the greens player. I wrote up Bud Cauley. I think he's getting traction, which sucks. I mean, if he gets popular, that's not a good play. But I don't know. I mean, we talked off pod. I mean, Keegan, dude. I mean, Keegan just sucks. He's just so bad.
I have a love affection with Keegan. I can't stop playing him.
No, I get
He's
it.
going to be 3% owned. I mean, my God. What we said off air was Keegan would be – this is a Keegan course. I don't care what anyone says. It just is. And Keegan normally is striping the ball. He's actually just not right now, which kind of sucks. And normally if he's projecting well in stats, everybody would play him, and that's when he would Keegan – and that this is going to be one of those tournaments that he just somehow pops. Like this is very doable, very doable course for Keegan to bring his little game to.
Are you playing going to be popular, which is Harry Higgs? Because I am not.
Man, dude, I didn't think he was going to be popular. I really did not. I thought I was getting cute with that. I liked him a lot.
I did too, but I'm not.
Model, but
no, I'm not. I'd rather pivot down. I'm playing Taylor Gooch. He's looked like a stud. He's so good. I like him a lot. Taylor Gooch. I don't
think I played much Taylor Gooch. Did he play in Puerto Rico last week?
Yeah. Dude, he came 10th. No, he didn't, but he came 10th at Genesis. That's steady field. I like Matthew Neesmith. He's young too. He has this really solid stats everywhere. I got a little interest, I must say. I was going to ask about a couple guys on here. I really like KH Lee at 7,000. He actually was doing really well here last year until he spazzed a bunker shot or something. He's really good around the greens. Brendan Steele has been playing kind of good. His off the tee game blows. Other than that, I mean, he's
damn. That's an interesting call. That was my guy way back in the day. Brendan Steele.
I know you like Steele, dude.
I totally overlooked him, and now that you mentioned him, I brought him up. I mean, shit, he did miss the last couple cuts, but I don't know. Why are you on him? I mean, I see the stats, I guess. I mean, they must be
he makes some birdie. He actually hits a lot of greens. His putting is not great. It's average, whatever. And he'll miss. He's not as bad as Benny-Anna Grillo, but his wedge game is pretty good. He's top 30 for me in ball striking. I mean, he's only 7,100. I'm just saying, I know his off the tee game blows, but if he just hits fairways, he'll be fine. I don't know. I just think at that price, you don't need a lot from him. It's not like he's 8,000.
Yeah.
I mentioned KH Lee. Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys. I mean, you're gonna. I think the only guys down here that are really noteworthy at this point. I mean, are you playing Sam Burns? I'm
not. Why? I thought you were all about him.
Dude, I normally like Sam Burns, but everyone's talking about him as this cheap, low-end guy. Everyone just has this perception. He's so good on Bermuda. I'm not playing Sam Burns because if he misses the green, he makes a double.
I think he's the type of player that Mike had talked up, but actually people aren't going to really play. He's really good with his irons. I mean, I'm kind of checking it out right now live while we're talking about it. I mean, very consistent with his irons.
He's fine. I'm just saying, if he misses the green, he really makes a double.
That's true. He hits a ton of green in regulations, though, man, and that's an interesting play. I mean, I thought he was going to be higher on. I was kind of getting off him. I'm trying to avoid some of this freaking chalk in this range, but
yes, I think he'll be. I'm just saying, if you get a 10 to 12% 7K guy who's in the lower range, I mean, that's just never works out. It's everyone played Jimmy Walker a couple weeks ago. It's that was a disaster. I avoided that.
Well, and like I said, I mean, that's the whole Keegan thing, right? If he's 3% owned, I mean, my God, it's Keegan Bradley at this point. There's just a lot of guys that are kind of in that 10% and higher type range.
AC, give me some of your. I think this is a perfect week to play a Stars and Scrubs because there will be so much carnage. We're back to a full cut. We haven't even had this top 65 at Honda before. It's gonna be brutal. I mean, who are some of the 6K guys you're playing?
Well, the one guy that you didn't mention, I thought you were gonna, and I'm surprised he's not gonna be more popular, is Cameron Tringali. I feel like he burned people a few weeks ago. Didn't he miss the cut when he was popular?
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull him up while we're talking now. But yeah, I have Tringali kind of circled because to me, this is the type of course that, I mean, I just trust that guy's irons. And I feel like 7,100 around a bunch of these other guys, I feel like he should be more of a mid to 7K price. So I kind of just see value there. We both talked off air. I like Tom Hoagie. I had no clue. I'm kind of behind this week a little bit with my research and stuff, but he's mega popular. I did not see that. So I will not be playing Tom Hoagie in that $200 single entry on DraftKings. That's, I think, the best tournament in golf, but my God, no way, dude. I mean, he's going to be 15% owned. Come on.
I'm going to play some Stuart Sink. No one's going to play him.
It's a good call. He'll linger, right? I mean, what's Stewie been up to, though?
I have to mention my favorite play in the 6K range, though. I wrote him up. I'm so pumped. I'm playing Ted Potter Jr. Cover boy on my article. Dude, he is so inconsistent, but that's why he's so great. He'll miss 4 cuts and then go top 20. He's top 30 in approach. He's 17th for greens, 31st in bogey avoidance. He doesn't really do anything else well, but
You
6,600.
probably lost readers by posting that as your cover boy.
Sure, dude, but that's fine. And then I'll play my boy Tim Wilkinson, who I've loved since I started playing DFS.
What about Dylan Fratelli? He's kind of a more brand name down here. He's named a 2% owned. I'm not saying it's a great play, but I'm kind of looking for these, lower owned pivots down here. 6,800.
What happened to Fratelli? He won a tournament and then just stopped being.
I know.
Well,
that happens at times.
I'd rather play Jason Duffner at 6,400. He has been sucking, but has made his last 4 cuts.
Talk about Matt Jones. That's another guy that's gonna be 1% owned, super cheap, and he's a nice pivot. I feel like he's got some upside.
Yeah, he hits it far. He just doesn't. If he misses he's like those guys. He misses the green. He doesn't scramble that well, but he can make birdies. If he gets a non-windy draw, he can make birdies. I mean, I guess the only way to close out the pod would be to mention everyone should lock in Brian Stewart. That's just what you got to do. You want to win, you play Stewart, dude.
That is your guy. Before we do finish up here, I did not make any bets yet. I'm going to look a little bit after this podcast for a few minutes, and then probably tomorrow I'll update that Karma Discord with some of my plays. I think on a week like this, I mean, I didn't even see your bets yet. So, hey, you can
take long shots.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like, man, guys like I bet on Hideki last week, and I actually wasn't mad about that bet, but I just feel like a week like this, why would you bet a Woodland or Ricky Fowler? I didn't even look at their odds. I'm guessing it's probably 18-1, 20-1, or something like that.
Way worse. It's 12. It's terrible.
Yeah, so there's nothing there. I mean, there's got to be a ton of amazing, hilarious value this week. So who are the 2 guys? Give some of the picks you made for Bet Karma.
Yes, I know you're not. I bet Harris English 66-1. I think there's 70s out there depending on the book. And then I liked it. I mentioned before, I like Shane Lowry at 40. No one's gonna bet him, and that number 1 move.
That's an amazing bet. The more I think about it, the dude is a freaking champion. 40-1 in this field, and it looks like it could get a little bit windy too. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's a really good value. 40-1 is. I'm definitely going to tail you on that one. So
yeah, I like it. Yeah.
All right, that does it. This should be a super. I mean, it's going to be torturous, but it's going to be fun. At the end of the day, this is going to be fun. We suggested this earlier. You got to be playing GPPs. There's still some people out there that'll just tilt one cash lineup. I mean, that would, to me, be the worst pain in the world because it's not going to end well, especially on this week when you see all your guys at +3, going into Friday or whatever. So good luck this week, everybody. Remember, we're running that promo at dfskarma.com, the 20 for 20. If you click the DraftKings banner, you get that free $20 holler in your account there. You can talk to Sam and I in Discord at dfskarma.com. Other than that, good luck this week, and we'll talk to you next week.